All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight, late night, for another show. I just had to do this show. I took a little nap earlier. I got up, and there's just lots going on, and I want to talk about it. I want to share some information with you folks. But before we get to all of that, first of all, as always, let me make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure it's rolling well. I already have one viewer here. And the back end of YouTube, just waiting for it. Come on, YouTube. Give me just a second here, folks. Yeah, just waiting for it here. Give me a second. Yeah, something weird. Oh, there it goes. All right. Now the back end of YouTube is rolling smoothly. And let me make sure that the notification has gone out. It has. There's just lots going on. And I want to talk about it. I want to share some information with you folks. But before we get to all of that, first of all, as always, let me make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure it's rolling well. All right. Everything seems to be rolling wonderfully. All right, let's get right to it because I don't want to be on too terribly long. This is probably going to take about an hour to an hour and a half. I have a lot of information to share, and I'm sure some of you aren't surprised by the title. Some of you may be. Some of you may be thinking this is a joke. It's not a joke. Nothing is a joke here. I'm very serious about every action that I take from this point on because I work hard to create my content. And the fact that people can go on other platforms such as Rumble and re-upload full re-uploads of my content, including my members-only paid content, and get away with it is just ridiculous. And, someone needs to pay the price for that. The topic of this show is seeking contingency attorney to sue Rumble for copyright infringement. One more time, seeking contingency attorney to sue Rumble for copyright infringement. I'm going to start off by talking about something else first before I get to that. But that is no joke. I am seeking a contingency attorney to sue Rumble for copyright infringement. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But before we get to that, I want to update the people that have been following me for a while. And anyone that's been struggling on the platform because they're dealing with crazy creators that like to steal your content and also steal your images and re-upload your images to their community walls. If you haven't seen my community postings lately, the last two that I did within the last few hours, I successfully was able to take down a community posting for copyright infringement. I'm not going to share which channel it was. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I mean, the person that, was taken down for it is going to know. And if they want to talk about it, that's on them. But I want to make it very clear that on the YouTube platform, you have a lot of control over your copyrighted content. The thing is, a lot of people don't know that. And the people that are abusing your content, especially sharing your own copyrighted images on their community walls and then defacing them and doing crazy things to them, you have control over that. You can actually file a DMCA copyright takedown notice on an image on someone else's community wall. And it's very simple to do so. Well, it's not really simple, but it's not that difficult. You cannot do it through the traditional system. The traditional system allows you to take down videos very easily. Everybody has the copyright tool now, and you can go and request removal through your copyright match tool, and then YouTube will look at it, and they'll if they deem it a valid takedown request, they will take down the video content. But for non-video content, you have other options. And as a matter of fact, you know what? I wasn't going to do this, but the heck with it. Let me just do this because it would be much easier if I showed this on the screen. It'll be much easier. Let me just get the link here. And then I got to go ahead and put it. Give me a second here. Come on. Hold on. Gotta make sure. All right, let me go ahead and switch on over to the browser screen, and I'm going to show you this, folks, okay? So I shared this link on my community wall, or you can just search for it on Google. Requirements for copyright removal requests non-video content, okay? Let me just make it a little bigger there. Okay, there we go. You can request the removal of non-video content such as a channel banner image if you believe this content infringes on your copyright. If the content is removed, a copyright strike is applied to the uploader's channel. To submit a copyright removal request for non-video content, you must include the required info listed below. Without this info, we can't proceed with your request. Submit this info in the body of an email, not in an attachment, to copyright@youtube.com or via fax or postal mail. Well, nobody really uses fax anymore, very rarely. And why would you want to mail this if you can just email it? So, but you have other options, and that's great that YouTube gives you these options. Unlike Rumble, they don't give you shit for options. We're going to get to that in a little bit, and I'll share more about why I'm going to be taking action against Rumble. Keep in mind, you can't submit a copyright removal request for an entire channel, but if you believe that channel elements such as a channel description infringe on your copyright, you can submit a removal request following the requirements below. For videos, the easiest way to do this is the traditional way I just shared that. Now, do not submit false information. Misuse of our processes, such as submitting fraudulent documentation, may result in the termination of your account or other legal consequences. So what you need to do is put in your contact info, your email address, your physical address, your telephone number. Same thing as the standard digital form, but you just have to do it through an email. Now, maybe one day YouTube will create a form for non-video removals, or maybe they're just going to keep it this way because that way it discourages people from filing more copyrights. I'm sure YouTube and Google could integrate this. They might integrate it down the road where you can actually also submit video copyright takedowns, or they may leave it this way to try to discourage it, but they have to give you the option. And they do. Description of your copyrighted work. So, you want to make sure you clearly state what it is. Like, for me, earlier, and, I wonder if I should even show this. Let me see here. So earlier, I should have probably prepared this, but I didn't think I was going to. I didn't think I was going to show this. Let me go back to full screen for a second here. Okay. All right, let me go back to the browser source. Okay, there's my community wall right here on Coach Eli 2. If we scroll down right here, this is what I filed a copyright on someone else's channel. Now you can all guess who you think actually downloaded this picture and re-uploaded it. They re-uploaded it on the Soccer Count channel. It doesn't matter. This Soccer Count channel has grown to a decent level where people go and use it to find rebroadcasts of myself or other people. That way, it protects the main channels of these creators. You all can figure out who did this. I have an idea. I know pretty much who did it. But I took a picture of our dog, Don's dog, and my dog now. I inherited, Bochi. And I wrote, Big Bochi is out cold. He's been working overtime lately as a great emotional support dog. Nap time. Very well earned, Big B. More content with the dogs is coming soon here on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, right? Because he's a part of the content. He's a part of my business and my brand. So somebody, now you can share these postings and there's no copyright. If you share the posting, you're not downloading and re-uploading the image. You're just sharing it. This person didn't share it. They downloaded the picture of our dog, and then they put some kisses on it and wrote some derogatory things. And so I filed a manual takedown request on this. And, hey, Jason, how you doing? Hey, Hammer Time Funk, how you doing? Welcome to the show. And I told, YouTube copyright that, this is my copyrighted image. This person is misusing my picture. They didn't share the posting. They downloaded the picture and re-uploaded it as their own. And this affects my business and my brand. Our dogs are a part of our business and brand, and they are. And next thing you know, it took about maybe 8 or 9 hours for them to get to this, but they took it down. They removed it. And the person knows they removed it. And to the person out there, you know who you are. You're not going to admit it. You're probably not going to talk about it because then you'd have to admit that you're running that Soccer Count. This is on the CUCK Eli channel. And interestingly enough, there are 4. This dude has made 4 channels. There's CUCK Eli, the main channel, CUCK Eli 2, CUCK Eli 3, and CUCK Eli 4. And they started to upload video clips. So I actually filed 4 different copyrights on multiple CUCK Eli sock channels today. Okay. But this is the biggest one right here because no one thought that you could take down community postings. Well, now you can. You can get taken down for community guidelines and copyright as well. Okay. Now let's go back to the requirements of taking down a non-video copyright. Description of your copyrighted work. I just mentioned what it was, that picture. Specific URLs of the content in question. Now, if you look down here, look at everything that you can file a copyright on. You can file a copyright on your channel banner images, which is at the top of your page. So, for example, this is my channel banner right up here. You see it right at the very top there? At the very top, okay? The very top, okay? You can file a copyright on that, okay? Channel descriptions. You can even, if somebody's writing something that is copyrighted by you or copied, you can file a takedown on that. You can file a copyright on clips. You can also file a copyright on video comments. You can file a copyright on post comments, community posts. Okay? Now, the way you do it on community postings is you have to go to a laptop or desktop, okay? And if I give you an example, like right here, let's go back to the posting with Bochi, okay? What you have to do is you have to hover over where it says 19 hours ago. If you click on that, it basically gives you a URL at the top, youtube.com/post, and then the link. That's the link you need to send if you're going to file a copyright. So, let's say someone's using your image that you've already put out on your community wall. Now, you have to understand that this has to be your image that you shot with your own camera. You cannot take someone else's image. Okay, you cannot file a claim if you're using like an inspirational quote or something. And you got to be careful with what you're putting on your community wall because if you didn't create it yourself or didn't screenshot or didn't take a screenshot of your own channel, that's all yours. If it's not yours 100%, then you cannot file copyright. And you may be infringing upon someone else's copyright based on what you're sharing. So you got to be very careful on that. Now, I've seen people take images of other people, like actual pictures of other people. You can file a copyright on that. Okay. Let's go back to requirements here. Okay. You can file a copyright on membership badges, emojis, or creators perks descriptions. You can file a copyright on playlist descriptions. You can file a copyright on profile pictures. I've done that before. The Coach Eli channel, I flagged them down, almost a year ago. I had 3 copyright strikes on that channel. For some reason, it didn't go down. Now, the Coach Eli main channel has 2 copyright strikes I just put on them between yesterday and today. They had a video of mine I copyright struck, and then the community posting. And guess what? The Coach Eli channel and Coach Eli 2, Coach Eli 3, and Coach Eli 4, all of them have been put to hidden. They've been hidden. Yeah, dude. I mean, seriously, bro. Come on, man. It's time to move on from Coach Eli drama. Seriously, dude. Come on, man. If you're going to remove a profile picture, you have to do it through Google's web form because all profile images are hosted on the Google side of things. Even though Google owns YouTube, most of the video stuff is hosted on YouTube side, but the profile pictures are hosted on the Google side because your profile picture on your YouTube channel is also your profile picture throughout the entire Google platform. So right here, profile picture removal must be submitted through Google web form. Because Google hosts channel profile pictures, counter notifications for profile pictures must be submitted through Google's web form. I've done that before. That's a little bit more of a pain in the butt, but you can still get it down. I did. Okay. Give me a second here. You can even copyright strike super stickers. I think you can make your own super stickers now. So, you can copy. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but you can copyright strike anything. But if it's not a video, if it's a non-video request, you have to do it through email. Once you're done with that, you have to agree to and include the following 2 statements. I have a good faith belief, blah, 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 that it's accurate, blah, blah, blah. All you have to do is write, I agree to these 2 statements and copy and paste them below. And then your signature, just put your name. Like for me, Elias Melas. And then right here, send all the required information above in the body of an email, not as an attachment, to copyright@youtube.com or send it by fax or postal mail. That's it. Okay. So there you go. So to all of you out there, I've already put a warning on my community tab, and to other people that feel people are abusing your images on their community wall, you can flag those down for copyright. Now, it's easier if you have the posting on your community wall, okay? So for me, I uploaded a picture that I took of our dog Bochi. That's my copyright. Any image you take is your own copyright automatically. Any image that you put up there, if it's downloaded and re-uploaded to someone else's community wall, you can file a copyright on that. But if they share it, you can't, because if they share your image on their community wall, it'll say, it'll promote your channel. So if they share it, they're not re-uploading it, they're just sharing it. But if they download your image and re-upload it as theirs, then that's infringement, okay? My suggestion to all of you out there are many people out there that have my image and Don's image all over your community wall. Starting this week, I'm going to go one by one and submit manual DMCA copyright takedowns for that. Even if you share a community posting of mine and you download it, let's say you download it and then, or you screenshot it and you share it with my profile image, I will file a copyright on my profile image. My profile image, by the way, is in progress of being copyrighted through the copyright department and a bunch of other things. So at that point, if you guys just don't stop using my professional picture, then I could sue you in the federal court. I'm really done with this. I'm done. And people think I'm playing, but I'm not. I did this today to show you guys that, hey, you can remove a community posting, and I did, and I will continue to do it. So I suggest to everyone out there that doesn't want to get a copyright strike for uploading a copyrighted image on your community wall, stop doing it and delete whatever you have there. Again, if you screenshot something from my community wall and it shows my image on there, then I will take you down for copyright of my professional picture, my icon. My channel icon is my professional picture. Okay? And I've taken people down for that before. I'll keep doing it. It's time to grow up. It's time to move on. And to that one group that continues to want to come at me, even though they've said they've kind of moved on, which they kind of have, not all of them have moved on. They've just shifted it off to the peons. The peons now are in charge of coming at Eli. We'll talk about you when we get to the Rumble thing, but there's a lot more going on. But hey, keep your stuff up at your own risk, okay? That is that. All right, let's go back to full screen here, okay? So again, the topic of this show is seeking contingency attorney to sue Rumble for copyright infringement. One more time, seeking contingency attorney to sue Rumble for copyright infringement. That's no joke. If you're an attorney out there and you are open to potentially starting one of the biggest lawsuits regarding copyright since YouTube was sued over 15 years ago, which almost put them out of business, which forced YouTube to do the right thing, which they've done. You know, they had Google built the Content ID system for copyright claims, and they built out their copyright department. YouTube has the absolute best copyright department in the business. They have the best tools. They have the best Content ID system. But over 15 years ago, they almost went out of business because they were sued for the exact same thing I'm about to sue Rumble for. I'm not joking. And if there's an attorney out there that would be willing to take this case on contingency, it's going to be a very lucrative outcome for you. And there's no way you're going to lose, because I've got so much information regarding me dealing with Rumble and trying to take down full re-uploads of my videos on Rumble from people I hear on YouTube that no longer want to risk re-uploading my content elsewhere and stealing my content. So now they're coming to Rumble and using Rumble as a free-for-all, and they're bragging and saying that, oh, Eli can't take us down for copyright on Rumble. No, I can. It's just Rumble makes it hard. And because Rumble makes it difficult, they make it very difficult, very hard. Okay. And they very rarely get back to you. Some action needs to be taken. Some action needs to be taken. There are several people on the YouTube platform that have moved rebroadcasting my live streams and re-uploading full re-uploads of my content to Rumble. Hey, GLM, how are you doing? Good morning. You're up pretty early. Yes, I want to sue Rumble, GLM. I'm not kidding. This is no joke. I'm seeking a contingency-based attorney, meaning that I don't have to pay the attorney. The attorney will get paid on the outcome of the case. And there's no way we could lose this case. And we could sue for $10 million or even $5 million. Think about it. You know, if we sue for 10 million or 50 million or 100 million, and let's say we get 10 million, or what if we do a class action lawsuit and I'm the one that starts the class, right? And let's say we get 100 million, and let's say the attorney gets 30% of that. That's 30 million. What attorney wouldn't want to take that? This is going to be a big case. And I'm not kidding, because Rumble is just not doing their part to protect people's copyright. Rumble is more focused on making it a free speech platform. We're not going to silence you on Rumble. And it's more like a conservative or alt-right type of platform. Whatever. I don't care if it's more alt-right or conservative, or you're a little more lax on your community guidelines than YouTube. But when it comes to copyright, copyright is copyright. We have laws here in the U.S. There are laws in Canada, where I believe Rumble is based in Canada. There are laws all over the world protecting people's copyrights. And I firmly believe, based on my attempts to reach Rumble, and they don't communicate that often, and there have been times where they've never gotten back to me regarding copyright. I filed several copyright takedown notices on Rumble, and most of the time they never even respond. So how can you say you're doing your due diligence to, comply with copyright laws, which you're supposed to as a video platform, when you don't even respond to people that are filing legitimate copyrights, that are having their content stolen on your platform? Now, I've emailed DMCA at rumble.com. I've emailed them many times. Most of the time, they don't get back to me. There have been many times I've filed, they've never gotten back to me. So earlier today, I found out I can email support at rumble.com, and I did. And I made them aware of the situation, and that was nice. And I'm going to wait to see if they get back to me. If they don't get back to me by tomorrow, all hell's going to break loose, because I'm going to make a big deal out of this all over the internet. I've also messaged Rumble on Twitter. I'm going to go to Facebook. I'm going to go to LinkedIn. I'm going to go to X Twitter. I'm going to blast it all over YouTube. I'm going to blast Rumble all over the internet for the crappy ways that they don't handle copyright, and make everyone aware that if you're having your content, if you're having your content abused and your copyright abused on Rumble, and they're not doing anything about it, and you want to be a part of a class action lawsuit, reach out to me. GLM says, can I use my share of the money on getting... I don't know. You do you. You know me. I don't respond to things like that. I'm not looking to do ad hominem attacks, but say what you got to say, GLM. How you doing? Good morning to you. I've had enough. I've had enough of people violating my copyright. On YouTube, I have more flexibility, and I'm asserting that flexibility right now. I am. And I'm also making other people aware of how to not only file copyright on videos people are re-uploading fully, without your permission, but also how to take down community postings and images and stuff. And now that people know this information, the people that are abusing our content for their content are either going to stop or they're going to go down. They are. The bottom line is they're going to go down. And I really wish these people would just not violate our copyright in the first place and try to claim it's all fair use. No, you guys violated beyond fair use. This is not fair use. It's absolutely not fair use. Okay? Now, I've got a few articles to read regarding Rumble and where they're at, because they come a long way in the last few years. And I want to share with you folks where Rumble is at and what they're worth and all that. But I'm taking a break before I do that. And nobody, well, I wouldn't say nobody, but most people on YouTube don't really care about Rumble. The people that care about Rumble are the people that want to get away with doing stupid stuff or want to push the boundaries. Typically, it's the conservatives or the alt-right people that say, oh, YouTube is silencing our freedom of speech. No, YouTube is not silencing your freedom of speech. I've said it before. I'll say it again. YouTube will let you pretty much say whatever you want as long as you say it in the right context and you don't violate the terms of service. You see, you alt-right people and many conservatives that are now shifting to Rumble, you feel that part of your First Amendment rights allow you to use hate speech and vulgar stuff and all that, right? But you don't have the right to do that on any platform, including Rumble. You don't have the right to do that. But Rumble's going to probably more so let you get away with it because of the way the CEO's running the company now. And that's going to have to change too, because I'll tell you, once one lawsuit is filed on Rumble regarding copyright, the whole company's going to restructure or else it'll go belly up. The whole company's going to be forced to restructure like YouTube did, or it's going to go belly up. And quite frankly, right now, I wouldn't give a shit if Rumble went out of business. As long as we stay off YouTube, that would be a big win. I'm sorry, as long as they stay off of YouTube, that would be a big. No, it's not, dude. You got to understand. These people are rebroadcasting. There's a plan tomorrow. I know everything that's going on. I'm not going to mention their names anymore, but somebody's going to rebroadcast our members only live stream tomorrow with Don and I on Rumble. And it's not fair for these people to say, okay, let's take the 40, 50, 60, 70, or 80 Coach Eli haters and give them free access to a paywalled piece of content. When I'm not even talking about these people anymore. I don't talk about them anymore. Like today I was talking about something else. Like I'm not talking about these people, but they want to continue to use my content as their content. And I'm going to stop that. I'm going to do whatever it takes to stop that. I am. And at this point right now, I'm at the point of where I'm going to sue the company because they're not doing shit about it. I don't even have good options to protect my own content. So if they're not going to even try to protect my copyright or other people's copyright, then we got to do what we got to do. I heard they are uploading your stuff on X now. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. We're gonna listen. It's gonna get to the point of Shiroma where I'm gonna be suing these people in the federal copyright court, or I'm gonna sue them for content theft, which that wouldn't be copyright. I could probably sue them for content theft, not specifically copyright. Trust me, there are other things I could probably sue them for. But we'll get to that. But that's fine. They can keep doing what they're going to do. I'm going to keep taking them down as much as I can. Jason says, hi, Shiroma. So, let me go ahead and let me see. Staying off YouTube is a bad idea. Theron, why do you say staying off YouTube is a bad idea? I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. Then I have 2 articles to read regarding Rumble and share with you folks where they're at, because most people don't even realize this. I didn't even realize this until I cared to look into it. They're on the NASDAQ now, and they have been for the last year and a half or so, something like maybe almost 2 years. And we'll get to that in a little bit. Okay? But first, let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Do 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 do. Where are the songs I'm looking for? Oh, there they are. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a quick break, and we'll continue when I get back. Stick around. We'll be right back. All right, we're back live. We are back live, and we are just going to stretch it and get right back down to business. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2. Authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. We keep it positive, but we also keep it very raw and real at the same time. Very serious show tonight regarding massive copyright infringement happening on the Rumble platform, and Rumble's not doing a damn thing about it. They very rarely, if ever, get back to emails regarding copyright, regarding support. And the company has grown. They are on the NASDAQ now. They got a lot riding on the line, and I don't think they really realize how serious copyright is and how quickly, not taking care of copyright infringement could put them completely out of business. And at this point, I really don't care if they go out of business, because it's just not fair to create all this content, especially paywalled content, and then people can take my paywalled content and go re-upload it to Rumble without any repercussion happening. I mean, you got to be freaking kidding me. I mean, seriously, something has to be done about this. Something has to be done about this. Now, before I get to these two articles I want to read regarding Rumble, let me read a few chat comments there. Let's see. Staying off of YouTube is a bad idea, says Theron. Jason says, shocking, I wasn't aware. Sharoma says, hi. Theron says, because YouTube is the platform with the most money, most viewer base. Absolutely. No, YouTube's like the Hollywood. They're like the new Hollywood. But some people can only, at least they think they can only make money creating content that completely not only violates the terms of service on YouTube community guidelines and stuff like that, but also people feel like they can use as much of your content as they please, whether it's a live rebroadcast or restream or simulcast or on a replay. And that's not the case. And a lot of these people, they end up getting removed from YouTube, or they've been removed from YouTube. They've come back on other channels and they don't want to get removed again. So now they're shifting that content and shifting their audience for certain aspects to Rumble. That doesn't make it right. It's not fair. So, and I'm not going to stand down. I'm not going to stand down and let people do this to me. And you shouldn't stand down and allow people to do this to you. You should not. You should not. Theron says, getting off YouTube never helped anyone deal with trolls. No, you're right about that. I'm not leaving YouTube. I don't know what you meant by that, but I mean, or exactly what you meant by that, but yeah, no, the trolls will follow you wherever you go. That's a given. I think that's what you might have meant by that. Jason says, hope some law firm takes up the case, but I'm doubtful. You're probably right, but here's the thing. All I can do is put it out there. Like, I'm just putting it out there, and this is only the beginning. I'm going to blast this. I'm putting Rumble on blast all over the internet. I'm going to make so much freaking noise about this to the point of where their CEO is going to have to take action, or else he's going to look really, really bad. GLM, $5 holler. Sorry, $5 make you holler unlimited says, is Nations open at this hour? I don't know if Nations Burger. Where is there a Nations around you? I think the closest one to me is in Tracy, California, about an hour away over the Altamont Pass. But there are some Nations, I believe, in the East Bay area, right, GLM? Anyway. Oh, boy. All right. Let's go ahead and get to these two postings here. There are these two articles, okay? Let's go ahead and switch back over to the browser source. So this is from CTV News. And the title is Investigating Canadian YouTube Rival Rumble and Its Growing Popularity Among the World's Far Right. The far right is the extremist conservatives, or are the extremist conservatives, or also known as the alt-right. This is an alt-right platform. These are men and women, but more so primarily men make a bigger noise than women about this. These are men and women that are just very angry and bitter people, and they're major conspiracy theorists, and they're people that take things way out of context, or their views are so bizarre that YouTube doesn't want that. And I don't blame YouTube. It's they create a lot of misinformation. It's just garbage content. But this is what Rumble was started for, and that's fine. If you're a platform that wants to allow that on your platform, fine. But when it comes to copyright, that's a completely different thing. You cannot allow people to blatantly violate other people's copyrights. You can't do that. And that's my problem with Rumble. I could care less what they do on here. If you want to have all the right-wing extremists on here on Rumble, and the the alt-right on Rumble, and they want to run their mouths, no problem. Just don't use my content. That's it. Don't violate copyright when you do it. Use your own stuff. At least be creative and be original, right? But that's not what these people do. These people feel they're entitled to use as much of your content as they want, like a free-for-all. And that's not the way it works. Now, this was published and updated on February 19th, 2022, so a little over 2 years ago, still fairly relevant. But I've never talked about this, so and I didn't really know or care to know as much about this as I do now, because now Rumble's affecting my livelihood. Now, what Rumble's allowing my haters to do on YouTube is to re-upload or simulcast live my members-only content and any of my live streams. So that's the problem I have with them. But let's read this article here. Okay. As he wandered the red zone of the protest site in Ottawa, David Freehite appeared bashful about the reception he received, but also energized by it. People wanted pictures with him, embraced him with whispers of support in his ear, and treated him like a celebrity. He was live streaming for hours at a time, his quick legal mind providing commentary in between interviews with the people drawn to the protest and to him. Okay. Now, so all right, that sounds normal so far. Okay. But Rumble had the hometown advantage during the trucker protests, even though many of the tens of millions who check out the video hosting platform every month may not know it's Canadian. Yeah. So I think the CEO or the founder CEO of Rumble either lived in Canada or still lives there, and that's why he started it there. I have difficulty keeping it to myself now because things have fallen off a cliff in terms of rational discourse and rational behavior from the political elite, he told W5. His fans, okay, so I think what he's trying to say there is that, this is some crazy stuff that most platforms don't want, but he feels he should still have the right to talk about it or create content on it, but he's probably getting removed everywhere else. His fans knew him from his video channel hosted on rumble.com, as well as substantial followers on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, that's cool. Wonderful. Now, Facebook has a great copyright protection system, just like YouTube. And I think Facebook uses YouTube's API and Content ID system. I think they lease it from them. So it is good. On Facebook, you have phenomenal copyright protection. And I believe even on TikTok you do as well. But Rumble, you really have nothing besides an email that they never respond to, or usually never respond to. Okay? CEO Chris Pavlovsky CEO Chris Pavlovsky tells the foundation story of Rumble in just about every interview he grants, primarily to American conservative media. It goes something like this. In 2013, upset that YouTube is making it harder for everyday content creators to earn a living. So, in essence, you're ticked off because YouTube no longer allowed creators to spread misinformation and monetize it, right? And YouTube no longer allows hateful and abusive content to be monetized, let alone be on the platform in general. So you had a problem with that, and so you said, screw it. I'm going to start my own platform where I can allow people to be abusive, right? Copyright and with community guidelines. That's crappy, dude. That's crappy. Pavlovsky created a competing platform. It left more cash in the hands of creators and was meant to act as an agent in selling viral videos to bigger tech companies, advertisers, and broadcasters. Listen, Rumble will never be what YouTube is. I'm going to tell you this. What I think YouTube should do is buy out Rumble and put them out of business. YouTube and Google could swallow that company so quickly. I don't even know why they don't do it. YouTube should probably try to do some kind of hostile takeover, because I'm really tired of people that get removed from YouTube or, are fearing getting removed. So they basically will use YouTube to promote their Rumble page where they can pretty much say whatever they want to say. That's garbage. That's just not right. Okay. It wasn't a terribly lucrative business, but until 2019, it was enough to support a young family in Toronto and work alongside some lifelong friends. Well, Toronto is one of the biggest cities in Canada, probably the most expensive place to live in Canada, which is probably cheaper than where GLM and I live here in the San Francisco Bay Area and such. But so this guy was making enough money to pay his bills. Okay, today Rumble has been valued at US $2 billion. As it prepares to issue public shares on the NASDAQ. So you're worth $2 billion now. You're a $2 billion company. So why are you not protecting your $2 billion company, Mr. Pavlovsky, when you have a garbage copyright system that doesn't exist? You don't have an easy way to report content. I believe you can report content from the app, but you can't do it from the website, I believe. It's really difficult to report people for violating terms of service and for copyright. And I think he does it on purpose. But what he doesn't realize is all it's going to take is one person to file a class action lawsuit, one attorney to take this case, contingency based, and this company is going to be out of business. Seriously, they're going to be out of business. They don't have the backing of Alphabet Inc. and Google. There's no way YouTube would have made it without the support of Google and Alphabet Inc. This company's standing on their own. This could and would put them out of business. Period. So and then work alongside some lifelong friends. And it's valued at $2 billion. As it prepares to issue public shares on the NASDAQ exchange, and Pavlovsky stands to become a multimillionaire if the deal closes as he hopes. And it did happen. So basically, let me check the chat real quick here. There's a Nations in Daly City and one in SF. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Daly City's Nations is open 24 hours. I'm going there now. Whoa, cool, awesome. Jason says YouTube is going in the right direction to CR. What is CR? But I do wonder if they're pushing it too far when it comes... Oh, copyright, you mean? When it comes to free speech? No, they're not pushing it far at all, bro. I can say whatever I want to say. I don't get removed. Dude, the stuff that people have been removed for is extremely vile stuff. Do you realize how much YouTube allows people to get away with before they remove them? People really, really push the envelope for a long time before YouTube takes action. I think YouTube should take action quicker, bro, but I appreciate your opinion. Jason says, predictive text annoys me. I get it, bro. I totally get it, man. GLM, $5 make you holler. Unlimited says, yeah, you're talking about that vid. Yeah, that's all garbage. GLM, that other side, all they're doing is, creating drama content for clicks, donations, and some of them are getting paid. I don't know exactly who's getting paid. I'm not worried about it anymore, but all that content they create over there is garbage. And go back and watch the first part of the show, because you can file copyright takedown notices on images on community walls. I did that today to another channel. So I hope these people get the hint, and I'm coming. I'm going to be going through everyone's community wall, and any image of mine on your community wall that's been re-uploaded is going to get stricken down this week. So that's all. That's all. I have the right to do that. I'm going to protect my content. All right. So what happened? Trump happened. Here's the problem. Donald Trump has really made so much noise. And Donald Trump, I know some people will disagree, but in my opinion, he's the biggest disgrace to our government and our country here in the U.S. Donald Trump is the biggest disgrace to our government and our country. Okay? When the January 6th riots at the U.S. Capitol led the leading social media platforms to ban the former U.S. president and some of his more nefarious allies, their supporters discovered Rumble, and Pavlovsky promised to never shut them down, apply editorial standards to their posts, or fact-check them. Well, that's your problem, Pavlovsky. You're going to go down, dude. I'm telling you, Pavlovsky, take your money right now and hide your money or invest it somewhere, because if you continue to run your platform this way, letting people get away with copyright infringement, letting people get away with vile shit, you're going to be shut down, dude. You're going to go out of business. To Pavlovsky, free speech meant completely open debate, as long as that debate wasn't openly harmful, racist, or allied with known terrorist groups. It could live on Rumble. Well, that's why people come to your platform, dude. That's just the stuff that you're saying here is the only reason why they're on your platform, you moron. Because that's what they do on YouTube. Openly hateful content, very racist. People use the N-word with a hard R all the time. Or allied with known terrorist groups. That's what they're doing on your platform, dude. The only reason why you have a platform is because people are doing that. Now you're saying, as long as it's not openly hateful, racist, or allied with known terrorist groups, it could live on Rumble. Dude, Pavlovsky, you're a piece of garbage, dude. Piece of garbage. We don't want to tell you what's right or wrong. Well, do you have a fucking moral compass, Pavlovsky? We won't get involved in fact-checking. So you're going to allow conspiracy theorists like, what's his name? What's that dude's name? With the Sandy Hook thing. Alex Jones. You're going to allow guys like Alex Jones to spread massive misinformation. And you're not going to fact-check him, dude? Are you... God, man, what's this world headed to, man? Where are we heading? Oh, Bella, I am putting it on Trump. That's my opinion. If you're a Trump supporter, hey, I'm not gonna, tell you who not to support. I'm anti-Trump, and so are many people. Jason says DVD is a loser. He needs to move on. Of course. He's canceled, dude. DVD's canceled. GLM says, agree, Jason. Bella said, you can't put this on Trump. I am putting it on Trump. GLM, Donald Trump's a wonderful man. I disagree with you on that. We can respectfully disagree on that and move on. Bella says, I agree. I'm sorry, ladies. If you want to support Trump, that's on you. In my opinion, Trump's a piece of garbage. Bella says, getting ready for work, listening to Eli. Thank you, Bella. Appreciate that. GLM says, I use the N-word all the time. I can't judge others for also using the N-word. Well, GLM, you're part African American. So, I mean, you can kind of get away with it. But even then, they can still remove you, even as an African American, using the N-word with a hard R. GLM. We don't want to be involved in any kind of editorializing of your content. You can have the discussion that you want to have without any obstruction from us whatsoever. Well, how's that going to pan out for you in the end, Pavlovsky? Because I'm coming for you. I am. I'm coming for you because you're allowing people to steal hundreds of pieces of my copyrighted content on your platform. I've reached out to your DMCA department, which is only available by email, and they very rarely get back. And most of the times, they've never gotten back to me. I've had valid takedown requests that have been ignored. And that's part of my case, Pavlovsky. But a W5 investigation into Rumble tests Pavlovsky's characterization of his video platform as neutral. No, you're not neutral, dude. Dude, you're doing what a lot of people did on YouTube and got removed for it. You are catering your content to the alt-right conservative extremists. Because there's a big market there, and a lot of those people are the most active on the internet. You're just playing the alt-right conservative and extremist conservative market because it's profitable. That's all you're doing, bro. I'm calling you out, dude. I've been doing this so long out here on YouTube, you can't BS me. And I'm more neutral myself. Like, I am a slight left liberal, but I'm actually more down the middle. I like views from the left and the right that make sense, and I can't stand extremist views, one side or the other. And while some search terms for known white supremacist organizations such as Proud Boys allege no videos exist on Rumble, when using different keywords, there are video posts that surface that have been banned on other platforms. Yes, that's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah, I wouldn't want the Proud Boys on my platform. I don't want any of that, crap on there. I don't want any supremacist stuff. That's all harmful stuff. It's stupid, harmful stuff. I'm a Trump supporter and think Biden is the worst president for us. Well, that's your opinion. I think Biden's done well. He's very professional, and, he cares about all Americans, not just the left. He cares about the left and the right. Trump only cares about the alt-right and the conservatives, but primarily the alt-right. Theron says either speech is free or it isn't. It can't contingent on skin color. Well, listen, freedom of speech in your own home, make it whatever it is. Outside your home, it's whatever's allowed on that platform, in person or online. You don't like the rules? Then you know what? Go somewhere else. I just don't think the government should allow platforms like this to exist. I think my major problem with Rumble is not even all the garbage stuff that YouTube has removed creators for, and they moved to Rumble to do. Do what you got to do on Rumble. But my copyright, I'm pissed off about, and I'm coming for you, Pavlovsky. I'm coming for you because I've tried for so long, many months, to get somewhere with your company regarding copyright infringement, and your company doesn't care. They don't care, dude, and I have proof. GLM says, I am an alt-right conservative. Okay. Donna says, hi all. We have national elections here in the UK. It will be interesting to see how our laws relating to social media are changed. There's a thin line between free speech and freedom of speech. Good point there, Donna. Welcome to the show, by the way. GLM. Okay, I won't read that. It's all good. All right. Over 3 months, W5 made multiple requests to Rumble, its publicity companies, and direct requests to Pavlovsky to comment on what our analysis revealed, all of which went unanswered. Of course, that's what they're doing with copyright. So Pavlovsky, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your company. I'm coming for you because all you care about is trying to make as much money as possible until someone takes legal action on you and shuts you down or puts you out of business, which is probably going to be me. Because I'm coming. I'm going to blast this all over social media. On YouTube, on Twitter X, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on freaking, Twitch, everywhere. I'm going to blast. I'm putting you on blast, Pavlovsky. Because you won't even get back to legitimate questions because you are pushing the boundaries. And eventually, I hope the government, at least here in the U.S., kicks in and bans Rumble from the U.S., where nobody from the U.S. can access it. Now, people with a VPN can access it, and they probably would do that. But I think Rumble should be banned permanently. The shy Canadian entrepreneur, shy. Oh, really? is much more willing to talk to the elite of American conservative media, however, making regular appearances to pitch his pending share offering to the public. Okay, well, that already happened. Basically, Rumble stock right now currently is at $5.68. I think Google and Alphabet Inc. is like at 180 or something. So, I mean, that's not that great. Let's see, 5-year. The highest it ever reached, I think, was like what? $14.13, February 11, 2022, and then it just dipped. Well, what's happened to your revenue? Your revenue is going down, Pavlovsky. You can't beat YouTube, Google, and Alphabet Inc. I think, Pavlovsky, you should just put up your company for sale and let Google and YouTube swallow you up and just move on, dude. This is garbage, man, what you're allowing on your platform. This is garbage, absolute garbage, dude. Take your money and run, dude. Lucy says, I agree with GLM. Respectfully, I think Biden may be the worst president yet. It's a toss-up between Obama and Biden. Obama and Biden are two of the best ever. Biden is the one that started the Affordable Health Care Act. And because of that, there are many people that have insurance nowadays that don't have insurance, health insurance. Well, you folks are entitled to your opinions. I disagree with that, but hey, it's all good. We can agree to disagree. Smash a thumbs up, says GLM. And GLM says Lucy with the giggly emoji there. Wonderful. Jason says wishful thinking, Eli, about Rumble, but stay positive. It's all good, dude. You have no idea how powerful the internet is, dude. The internet's very powerful. This is something that'll probably get me to go viral. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to fight Rumble. I'm going to fight Rumble because I've got a lot of people stealing my content on there. And I'm not going to go after the people stealing my content anymore. I'm going after Rumble directly. Because listen, if it's going to be difficult to take them down, and most of the time they're not going to respond to DMCA requests, copyright takedown requests, then I got to do what I got to do. Lucy says, I respect Eli's opinions. Well, thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that. And I respect yours. We just disagree. We respectfully disagree and move on, right? In the past 3 months, Rumble has financed mergers with other conservative leading sites, creating an entire media ecosystem. There's a Facebook-like platform, an Amazon-like cloud, a Shopify-like purchasing system, and this week a Twitter-like app in beta testing hosted by Rumble. I think Donald Trump is helping them. Yeah, the app, that app comes from Donald Trump's new media company and is now, it is called, some might say with irony, Truth Social. Yeah, so basically Trump started that because of when he got banned on Twitter. Now, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, I believe he unbanned Trump and all that, but Trump started Truth Social. Pavlovsky now proudly calls Rumble cancel culture proof. Oh, really, Pavlovsky? I'm going to cancel you. Trust me, Pavlovsky, I'm going to cancel you over copyright infringement that you're not even handling on your platform. I cannot believe not one person has thought of going after Rumble for massive copyright infringement. And this is serious. No one understands how serious this is. This almost put Google or YouTube out of business. This copyright almost put YouTube out of business over 15 years ago. They had to come up with a bulletproof content ID system made by Google to protect artists, musical artists, and other major motion picture production companies, and even for creators to be able to file copyright. And they did that. Why aren't you doing that, Pavlovsky? You know why? Because if you install the system on your site like Google and YouTube, people will be removing so much content, you would lose money. If you had a flagging system like Google and YouTube, you'd have to take down a lot of people. You're not giving people the option to remove content, rightfully so, that they're rightfully supposed to be able to do. Like, this dude really is making this platform he's catering it 100% towards conservatives and the alt-right, and he's not allowing people that are being abused on the platform through copyright or other ways to get their content removed. To get that content removed. This is ridiculous. And is being embraced by Republican politicians and hopefuls gearing up for an intense political season in the U.S. Okay, yeah, it's this year, 2024. This was written 2 years ago in 2022. In the meantime, in its home country, the trucker protests have boosted Rumble's followers. I don't have to read that. Remember the truckers' protests? That was pretty crazy. Let's see. But for now, Rumble claims its headquarters will remain in a small office in downtown Toronto, even though when the W5 visited, the door was locked and no one responded when we knocked. So there's nobody there to be able to process my copyright takedowns. Like, I don't understand it. How in the world can I handle my copyright issue, rightfully so, within my rights if there's nobody there? The video site continues to be a home for largely conservative-leaning commentators, conspiracy theories, and yes, cute cat videos. But as the trucker protests subside, Rumble is now positioned to play a leading role in the upcoming U.S. congressional and presidential elections, having added many new Canadian viewers drawn to its anti-elite and defiant content. It's garbage content, in my opinion. Absolute garbage. All right. And then there was a situation where the SEC was involved in a Rumble investigation. I think it had to do with some things that they were being accused of doing before they went public on the NASDAQ stock market. SEO clears Rumble after reports of investigation. Video hosting company says the probe was bogus. The bogus ploy by short sellers. This is pretty short, so let me go through this real fast here. But let me check out the chat real quick. Hey, Bayou Repair Guy, how you doing, Raleigh? Good morning, everyone. You are a machine, Eli, stamina king at streaming. Well, I guess so, Raleigh. I got a lot to say all the time. Lots is going on, and I'm going to defend myself, Raleigh. If you missed the first part of the show, Raleigh, you got to check out the replay. I shared some information that'll blow your mind. You may have known it, but you got to check out the replay. Lucy says, I agree with you, Eli. You're stolen content. Those people who are doing that are thieves and nothing more. Rumble needs to fix those issues. Be patient. It will happen soon enough. I'm going to sue Rumble. If I can find an attorney to take my case contingency based, meaning I don't have to pay, they can take money out of the winnings, then I'm going to sue them right now. I'm putting this out there. I'm going to blast this everywhere. I'm putting Rumble on blast. GLF says Trump brought African American unemployment to an all-time low in 100 years. Trump loves African Americans. Well, Trump loves anyone that supports him. He doesn't really love anyone. He just does whatever he can to gain votes. I mean, come on, GLM. Do you not think that a liberal Democrat president cares about African Americans? Do you know that most African Americans are liberals? So, I mean, granted, maybe Trump did do that, but are you saying that no other president, especially a liberal, can't do that? Like, I love everyone. I think everyone should be treated equally, regardless of age, race, sex, national origin, and sexual orientation. Trump is good for business and the economy. He's a thief. Trump is a thief, a liar, and he's a felon. He's been indicted on all this it's not garbage. He's been indicted on all this stuff. Trump is one of the best at playing the system, and you know how I feel about people that play the system. Trump's not going to win the election. You folks think Trump's gonna win the election after everything he's done? Like, do you people understand this guy? He plays the system. He breaks the law severely, and you guys are supporting someone that breaks the law. I'll rewatch later. Okay. Yeah. Well, you see what I mean? The most active audience on YouTube are the Trump supporters. Even the people that watch my content are Trump supporters, most of them. It's just the irony is just unbelievable. If I was on the far right or if I was conservative, I'd be making 10 times the amount of money I'm making right now. But I'm not going to sell out like Tim Pool and switch from being a liberal and pretending to be a fake conservative because it's more profitable. I cannot stand people that sell out. I don't want convicted felon as my president. I agree. Good for you, Raleigh. Absolutely. You're right. He's a convicted felon. Yep. Amen, dude. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that, Raleigh. Big round of applause. Absolutely. Absolutely. You nailed it, Raleigh. Oh, Richard T., let me tell you something. Having a hot wife, a 757, and a huge house doesn't make you the man, in my opinion. It's not about what you have. It's about who you are, bro. But I think you know that, dude. I think you already know that. I'm not gonna challenge you on something like that. It pretty much speaks for itself. I think Richard Simmons should run for president. We need someone gentle in office. Richard Simmons would go live from the Oval Office every day and do calisthenics. Calisthenics, yep. Richard Simmons. Hey, everybody. Today, we're going to take a break from all this political garbage, and we're just going to do some Pilates in the Oval Office floor here. Oh, man, that's horrible. Excuse me. That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. No, Tim Pool sold out for the money, dude. If you don't know who Tim Pool is, he's an American journalist, millennial dude that was a liberal and basically sold out and became a fake conservative when Trump ran initially back in 2016. Buy your repair guy with the $9.99 super chat. Joe Biden has served this country loyally for 50 years. Amen. Big round of applause for you, Raleigh. Big round of applause. Thank you for that, Raleigh. That was unexpected. Buy your repair guy. We have to smash that heart there. Jason, I'm not sure why I'm getting involved in U.S. politics. I don't even live in the U.S. Well, let me tell you, U.S. politics affect the world, dude. So that'd be a good reason to get involved. But I can understand, you're not in our country, so it's not going to affect you to the greatest degree. But the U.S. does affect the entire world to a certain extent. I think every country affects the entire world to a certain extent. Where is Lucy? Raleigh, stop with the comedy. Thank you, Raleigh. Thank you for your $9.99 super chat. 60 in the box, 12 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. The Securities and Exchange Commission has notified Rumble, a video platform described as a free speech alternative to YouTube, that it cleared the company after public allegations the firm inflated user metrics. Yeah, it did that. I honestly think they did inflate their metrics because they were planning to go public on NASDAQ, which they ended up successfully getting on the NASDAQ. A recent report in Wired magazine said the SEC had an active and ongoing investigation into the platform, which is popular with conservatives, but the agency says it didn't find wrongdoing meriting action. Okay, well, I mean, companies can be good at hiding stuff, right? I think every company to a certain extent is going to inflate their numbers a little bit. But here's the thing. How do we not know that the person or group of people investigating Rumble weren't conservatives or people on the alt-right that were just saying, we're just going to let it slide. We're going to turn a blind eye to it, right? There's so much corruption in our government that you just never know what happened, right? There's corruption everywhere. Based on the information we have as of this date, we do not intend to recommend an enforcement action by the Commission against Rumble, Inc. SEC Assistant Regional Director Sarah Mallet wrote to the company in a letter dated Tuesday. Now, this was, when was this? This was February 21st, 2024, so this was a few months ago. Rumble was created in 2013 by Canadian entrepreneur Chris Pavlovski and is known as a platform that pushes back against censorship and cancel culture. Yeah, you let people get away with murder, Pavlovski, and you're going to capitalize off of it until you get shut down or get sued and your company goes belly up. Or you sell your company to YouTube and then, they swallow up all your user base. That's what's going to happen, Pavlovski. It was an official streaming partner for the Republican National Committee's primary debates during the 2024 president cycle. Ooh. Mr. Pavlovski said in January the short-lived investigation was part of a coordinated ploy by short sellers manipulating the market. I don't know if it was that, dude. I don't know if it was that. I think, you were inflating your numbers to make your company appear more valuable than it is, or than it was. So that way, people can more so buy into you on opening day. God, it's so funny how these people will just twist things in ways that best benefit them. They lie to people. This is the problem I have with, no disrespect to the good people, whether you're on the left or the right, but a lot of conservative or alt-right business people, especially the businessmen, they're crooks. They spin things way out of context, and they lie to get ahead. That's Donald Trump right there in a nutshell, in my opinion. A short seller creates a bogus report and sends it to the SEC. The SEC investigates the bogus report. Then the short seller talks to the media to get a story about how the SEC is investigating the report that started with him. The media happily writes the story he wrote on X, Twitter. The report is bogus, but that doesn't matter. It's all to get investors to sell the stock so the short seller profits. I don't think that's what happened. I think it's a cover-up. They try to inflate the numbers to make the company look more valuable so more people can invest and stay invested. This is the opposite. This is bullshit. I call it bullshit. Anyway, that's that. And they entered NASDAQ September 19th, 2022. So I don't have to read any of this, but that's when they entered NASDAQ. So this was written on February 21st, 2024. But, the SEC investigation, I believe, started right around the time they were about to get into the NASDAQ a couple years ago. All right. Let's go back to full screen here. Lucy with the $19.99 super chat. We can agree to disagree. Big round of applause. I just noticed that. Sorry about that. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. We can agree to disagree. Big round of applause. Thank you so much for that, Lucy. Yeah, look, here's the thing. This is the honest truth, Lucy. I don't judge people based on their political party preference. I think the political party system is garbage. I think we need to get rid of it and just become unified. Because what the political party system has done, in my opinion, is divided us Americans. We're the divided states of America, right? And so, we're a country that's always believed in unity and justice for all, right? Whatever happened to in unity and justice for all, right? Okay. Or with liberty and justice for all. Sorry, I butchered that. With liberty and justice for all. Okay. But we're big on unity as well. Okay. I forgot my Pledge of Allegiance. I had to look it up. I butchered the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. With liberty and justice for all. But we're supposed to be united. We're called the United States of America for a reason. And there's so much division in our country nowadays, more so than ever before. But thank you again for your 1999 super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you again for yours, Raleigh. Appreciate that too. A vote for Trump is a vote for no taxes on tips. That dude, listen, Richard, vote who you want to vote for. But do you think that any liberal or conservative president, even if they take away taxes on tips, they're going to tax you elsewhere, dude? I mean, honestly, do you folks think that if they cut taxes, they're not going to increase them elsewhere? They're going to increase other taxes that are not as easily noticeable to the everyday person. Come on, dude. Body Repair Guy says, I prefer to pay higher taxes to have a nice, high-functioning society. I've been to California, and their gas pumps don't even spill gas like ours do. They got like a suction thing. Oh, yeah, no, we have quality pumps here, Raleigh, but it is expensive. Well, gas right now for a regular just went under $5 a gallon, and premiums at around $5.17, $5.20 a gallon. And we also have that summer blend, which increases our prices during the summer. But yeah, our gas pumps, yeah, that's much more difficult to spill gas, and they got a good suction on there. They got, we've got a good system here. You're right. Lucy says, I have a few staunch liberals, and we love and still get along wonderfully. That's awesome. That's wonderful. GLM liberal cities don't even teach the Pledge of Allegiance anymore. I don't know why they wouldn't. Lucy says, welcome. Yeah, again, I'm all about people being people. I'm not a judgmental person. I don't like to judge people based on looks, based on anything, their political party preference or anything like that. If I'm going to judge people on anything, like I've said before, I'll judge people on their behavior. I'm more about your behavior. We can agree to disagree, but respectfully disagree. And Lucy, I respect you for that. I respect you for that. Like, honestly, God bless you. If you believe, I think you do believe. I think you've said before you do believe. But if you don't, it's lots of love. Okay? Regardless. Richard T. Wow, $5. I just gassed up for $3.49. Well, bro, California is much more expensive. We have the summer blend here. We have great emission control because we used to have the biggest smog problem in the world, pretty much. More so in LA because LA is like one big like cove. But yeah, no, if we didn't have that summer blend and all that, like the smog would be ridiculous. And that's why they're trying to go the route of electrical cars because they want to get rid of that smog altogether. Battery Repair Guy, Raleigh says, Richard T., I live in Louisiana, and we produce gas here, so I can get it for $2.79 a gallon. Wow, dude, that's cheap. My God, I don't remember the last time gas was under $3 a gallon here in the Bay Area. It's been so long. I don't remember the last time it was under $4 a gallon, to be honest with you. Every time it gets down to like $4.29 or $4.19 or $4.09, it starts to go back up again. I'm like, is it going to hit $3? And no. When it hits like $4 here, it's like $1.79 or $2.29 or $2.39 in your neck of the woods. But yeah, if you missed any parts of the show, go back, check out the replay. Very important copyright information I shared for people on YouTube. Community walls have become a big part of YouTube. And that's why YouTube started penalizing channels now with community guideline strikes on community postings, and you can file copyright strikes. I think you've always been able to file copyright strikes, but you have to use email and go to the Google Help page that I shared in this video and in my community tab. Just go back to the first part of this video on the replay if you want to learn how to file non-video related copyright takedowns on YouTube. Eli, can you do an election night stream and make it StreamYard panel? I think that'll be fun. You know, if I were to do that, Raleigh, I don't know if I would do it on any one of my monetized channels, because I mean that would be a big risk. I could probably do that. I could probably do that on another channel, or I could have somebody else host that. Maybe we can get Queen Helen Casey to host it. You know who would be good for that? Queen Helen Casey could host that. Let me talk with Queen Helen, but I don't think I'm the right channel for that, especially a monetized channel, because that's gonna get a little nasty. It'll be fun, but it'll be nasty. You know what I mean? But that's a great idea, Raleigh. Let me reach out to Queen. And yeah, we have time for that. That's a little ways away. But yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you for that. Yeah. Christine, damn, $2.79. I'm in New York and it's $3.79. Really? Give me a second here, folks. Give me a second here. There's something going on here. Okay. I gotta fix something here for a second. Give me a second here. Yeah, give me a second here. Hang on. All right, I think we're good. Okay, no, I got an error message. Now it's gone. Can you folks let me know, did I go offline at all for a second? Or was I online the entire time? I think we're good. That would be a great show to watch. You and Queen hosting election night stream. That's gold. Yeah, I agree, Raleigh. Let me get with Queen. I think she would love to do that. I hope all the strikes on her channel will have cleared up by then. She gets some strikes every now and then, but Queen's channel would be the best channel for that. And I think, listen, she would be a way better host than me. I could be an okay co-host, but when it comes to political stuff, Queen Helen Casey is, she's the queen. She's the queen. Dang, my plagiarizing comment isn't showing up on the screen. Sorry, Richard Key. Buy your repair guy, Donna, UK. Hey, crazy. High prices because y'all go by the liter, which is like 3 of them for 1 gallon. New York is very expensive. Some parts I can get it for $3.68, but my closest gas station is $3.79. Well, that's cheaper because New York doesn't have the summer blend. If New York had the summer blend, you folks would be paying almost as much, or probably as much as we pay in California. You were buffering, but we could hear you and see you the whole time. Just looked like you were slow motion. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Let me see real quick. Some political stuff. Queen Helen Casey. Yeah, no, I got an error message in YouTube Studio, but it's gone now, so it's all good. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I've got a lot more content I want to focus on this channel. There are some things happening in the DoorDash community that I really want to clear up. There are a lot of people in the DoorDash gig economy community that are still being misled, misguided. And let me tell you, DoorDash, Uber, the food delivery service, and even rideshare, I don't think that's going to be sustainable for too much longer. The prices keep going up. And the problem is, rideshare is becoming almost as expensive as taking a taxi, right? So, people need to start to look at other options and not depend on, DoorDash, Uber, food delivery, and rideshare as their sole main income. Donna says we are around 6 pounds sterling a gallon. Wow. I'm near Saratoga, and we have the damn racetrack. Everything is going to get higher soon. Wow. Okay. Are you near Saratoga, California? Okay. Donna, you have to pay taxes to let all those illegal immigrants get free housing. Oh boy. We have a similar problem here in California and any bordering state in between the U.S. and Mexico. But California is a place they really love to come. Lots of opportunity here. Oh boy. All right, folks, time to get going here. I'll be back later today, probably for a walk, and then Don and I are going to be going live tonight, members only. We know there are going to be people rebroadcasting us on Rumble. Please ignore them. If you want to support us, you can get your $4.99 channel membership, which will allow you to view the live stream while it's live. Members only between Don and I. That does not include the replays. If you want replays included, you'll need to go with at least a $9.99 package or greater. That'll get you live stream replays, and there are a lot of live stream replays available if you get the $9.99 package. And there's going to be some pre-recorded videos, members only, we're going to do later on. And I'm going to put those on this channel here, not the main channel, because there's not enough members. Well, I do have 20 pieces of members-only content on the main channel, but I suggest nobody get a package there right now. We don't want people to have to pay for 2 separate packages. So I don't know if I'm gonna ever put any new content, any members-only content on the main channel. We'll have to see. But and that's the pre-recorded channel too. But because we have the memberships here, I will put any future pre-recorded members-only content here on Coach Eli too, because you have the membership packages here. And then the rest of the public pre-recorded content will go on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. Link is below in the description if you haven't subscribed there yet. And the show Don and I are going to be doing later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific is titled, Is Failure Even an Option? Is Failure Even an Option? We're going to be discussing how both Don and I have felt like failures in the past. And even currently, sometimes Don feels like a failure. And it's normal. It's normal to feel that way, but you don't have to feel that way, because are you really a failure, or are you just in a transition period, or is any failure you may be going through just a stepping stone in the right direction? We're going to share more about that later tonight here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Get your channel memberships and please join us. We'd love to have you. Again, thank you so much to Lucy for your $19.99 super chat, and Bayou Repair Guy, Raleigh, for your $9.99 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. We love you folks so much. I am curious to see what's going to happen tomorrow. Again, if you missed the first part of the show, go back and check out the replay. There's a lot of interesting information. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.